When you download the zip file, double click on it to expand it. A newly folder will be created. Open it. And we need two files, so assets needed for project and digital clock and counter toolkit.jsx. So select both of these files, right mouse click and click copy, and right click on your Adobe After Effects icon, click options and click show in Finder. Open the folder called scripts, then script UR panels, and right click and paste two items. I already have them, so I will replace them and type your password. And when you open Adobe After Effects, if you go to Window and find Digital Clock and Counter Toolkit, you will have it ready to go. When you download the zip file, click on it and right click and click extract all and choose the folder where you want to extract the files. And then select Digital Clock and Counter Toolkit JSX and the folder assets needed for project. So both of these we need. If you want to select both of them, just click and hold Control and click on the other one, right click and then click copy. And then we need to find the script UI panels folder for Adobe After Effects. So right click on the After Effects icon, right click on Adobe After Effects and click properties, and we are going to click open file location. Now navigate to folder called scripts, then script UI panels, and somewhere in the folder right mouse click and click paste and click continue. And now if we start Adobe After Effects, we can see if we click on Window and Digital Clock and Counter Toolkit, we are going to have the script ready. After installing the script, you will run the script from Window and Digital Clock and Counter Toolkit. And if it's undocked like this, you can dock it somewhere in the panel where it suits you. So when you run the script, you will see a few panels here. It's divided in a panel of composition settings, clock, and numbers options. So you basically have options to create new compositions or update the comp with the settings. So let's start with composition settings. Let's put a name, like let's say we'll first create a clock composition, let's say test clock, and let's put full HD. Length field is in seconds, so if you type 30, it will be in 30 seconds. And frames per second, we'll put 30 as well. So well, let's start with creating a clock composition. Here in this field, you can choose which format you want. So meaning hours, minutes, seconds, or milliseconds. If you click create a new comp, we'll get an error that we have to choose at least one of these fields. So if we put minutes and seconds and click new comp, that is what we get. And new layer is created called controls, where we have in effect controls options, which we will talk in a separate video for clock option. So we can also, it doesn't have to be minutes and seconds, it can be like hour and milliseconds, so that is up to you, but at least one has to be clicked. If you want to update the composition, like for example you changed your mind, you don't want seconds and minutes, you want only minutes, you can click that and click update comp and the composition will update. If we want to create numbers, we in the field of number of digits is meaning how many of these digits are there in value. So if we click one, if we click new composition, we only have one digit. If we let's say want, let's say 7, we type that number and click update comp, and the composition will update. Also, if you don't want anything with the update field, you don't need to do that. Like for example, you want to put this now 3, but you don't want to change any of these settings here. You can click 3 and update the comp. On the other hand, if you wanted to create a new composition, that won't be possible, because all these fields are obligatory when you're creating a new composition, of course. So that is basically it for this short video regarding creating a composition, either clock format or time. If you clicked update comp on a wrong format, for example, we have numbers here, and if you wanted to update comp with clock, that won't be possible, and vice versa. If you created clock and you want to update with numbers, the error will pop out saying that you cannot do that. Also, if you want to update with only certain setting, like for example, you just want to change here length, you type 35 and click update, you can do that, of course. So that's it. Check videos about how to edit options for numbers and clock as well. When we create a new composition with clock, let's say minute seconds, and we create, we have to type the name first, and let's say we're creating full HD with 30 seconds and 30 frames per second. A new layer will be created called controls, where you have in effect controls option clock with few of these options. So in time options, you have settings like hour, minute, second, millisecond, which basically set up your time. So if you have selected minute and seconds, if you change the minutes and seconds here. Also, when you're changing these numbers, just click and see and type exactly the number that you want, because sometimes the number is not rounded. So make sure to have exact values that you want. And if we have, for example, here minute 7 and 6 seconds, if the time rate option is at -1, that means that time is going from highest to lowest in real time. So for example, this is going, if you would render, it would go exactly from seconds. If you set the time rate, for example, 1, it will start with 7 minutes and 6 seconds and go up. So you see what is going on. If we set this to, for example, 0 and 0, the time will go up. And if we set it to -1 and set, for example, 1 minute, it will work going backwards. Of course, you can set the time rate like, I don't know, 15, and let's set it to 0. And the time will go faster. Now, if you realized I want to have milliseconds as well, of course you can do that in the script. You click option MS and click update comp, and you will still have your options that you tweaked here. And of course on the controls layer you have this start and what is the name? Markers. So if you click the option start stop active, the time will stop at the end marker. If you move it, for example, here, you see it will be going, and then it will stop at the marker end. Next, you have clock ticker rate. That is the speed of this ticker here. So if you lower is faster. So if you put 1, it will go faster. If you put 0.5, it will go even faster. So 1.5 is the default. Next, you have option called transform, where you can scale the layers, set its position or the transparency from 0 to 100. Also, you have option to change the colors. As you can see, We talked about start stop active, that is the start end markers to stop the time. And you have also alpha version, which looks different than this physical kind of looking clock. If you turn on transparency grid, we can see what is going on. We can choose the exact colors we want. If we turned off the alpha version, then you get this regular clock, which is also alpha version, but around these around the clock, as you can see here. So that is regarding clock. You can really do whatever you want. If you want to do also an hour, you can click on update comp, and it's really intuitive. When we want to create number composition, let's type number comp, full HD, and let's say 5 numbers. In the numbers effects panel, we have value and value multiplier. What that means is, since Adobe After Effects has limited value sliders, which is 1,000,000 here, if you need value more than 1,000,000, that would not be possible. So I made another option called value multiplier. So let's just for time being create some value of, let's say, something high like this. We can of course keyframe the value however you want, so it's pretty intuitive. Let's say from that value to 1, and we can easily animate the numbers. Now if we wanted a value of let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so that would be 123 million, we would type something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, comma 7, 8, 9, and then in the value multiplier we would type 1,000. Just we need to update the number of digits to have 9 digits here. So that's how we would achieve number 123 million and so on. And regarding the values, that's pretty self-explanatory. So if we wanted to keyframe any value that we want, we would put it from whatever number we have to 0. In the time being, we can also reveal keyframes with pressing the letter U, and basically making this very easy process to animate numbers. Next, we have also transform options like scale, position, and transparency. And we have another option called alpha version and 0 start. So alpha version is what we talked in clock version also, with setting the alpha. And we have 0 start, which is basically if a value of 0 is active on a certain digit, the 0 will be there. And if it's not 0, it will be the number which needs to be. If you turn this off, then it's kind of empty like this. So that is the options for numbers. As we talked in composition script video, you can update the number of digits, and if you have any questions, you can contact me. I'll be happy to help.